Good morning, everyone. Today we'll start conversion of hexadecimal to other number system and vice versa. But before that, you must know all the hexadecimal values. Fine. As we know that hexadecimal has total 16 digits, or we can say 16 symbols, in which 0 to 9, that means single digit symbols are represented by numbers only, and two digit numbers like 10, 11, 12 are represented using alphabets. Like 10 is represented by A, 11 represented by B, and so on. And these are the binary equivalents of these numbers. So you must learn from 0 to 15 the binary equivalent and the hexadecimal equivalent of the numbers. Now let's start. See, so first conversion is decimal to hexadecimal. It is similar to the conversion we have done in decimal to binary and decimal to octal. What we were doing there, we were doing repeated division. But this time we will do the repeated division by 16. In decimal to binary, we were doing repeated division using 2, decimal to octal, repeated division by 8, but this time by 16. So suppose we have a number 2545, we'll simply divide this number again and again using 16. See, the remainders are here. Now we will write the hexadecimal equivalent of these numbers. See, 1 will be written as 1 only, but 15, see, 15 is represented by a symbol F. So in place of 15, we will write F. 9 is written as 9 only. So simply the rule is if the remainder is less than 10, then the number will only come. But if the remainder is greater than 10, then you will write the alphabetic equivalent of that number. Fine. So 15 can be represented by F. Now the final answer is 9F1. So hexadecimal equivalent of this decimal number is 9F1. Now next is hexadecimal to decimal conversion. Here also we'll do the same like we were doing in binary to decimal, octal to decimal. We'll multiply each digit by its positional weight. So here the positional weight will be 16 to the power 0, then 16 to the power 1, then 16 to the power 2. So what we'll do, we'll multiply each digit by its positional weight. So for that, suppose we have a number, hexadecimal number 1AB. So first step is we will convert this A and B into its decimal number. A is a representation of 10, B is representation of 11. Now we will multiply this 11 with its positional weight. Positional weight is 16 to the power 0. 11 will be multiplied by 16 to the power 0. Similarly, 10 will be multiplied by 16 to the power 1, and this 1 will be multiplied by 16 to the power 2. Simply multiply them, add them, and we got the answer. The final answer is 427. This is the decimal equivalent for this number. Now next is binary to hexadecimal conversion. See, in this case, what we'll do, the binary digit, whatever we have, we will start making groups of 4 bits. Fine. See, when we were doing binary to octal, we were making the pairs of 3. But in case of hexadecimal, we'll make pairs of 4. Suppose this is the number. What we'll do, we'll make pairs of 4. This is the first pair, then second pair, then third pair, then fourth pair. What we'll do, we have made pairs. Now simply convert these pair and write the hexadecimal equivalent. So 0000 is a representation of 0. 1101, this is 13, which can be represented as D. This is also 13, can be represented as D, and this is 4. The final answer is 4DD0. This is the hexadecimal equivalent of this binary number. Next is hexadecimal to binary conversion. This is very easy. Suppose we have a hexadecimal number. This is a number 1AC5. Simply write the hexadecimal equivalent of each digit. 5 can be represented by 0101. C is 12. So 12 value is 1100. A is 10. Its value is 1010. And 1 can be represented as 0001. Finally, compile all these numbers together, and this is the binary equivalent for this hexadecimal number. So what we have to do, we have to simply write the binary equivalent of each hexadecimal number, each hexadecimal digit, and compile them finally together to make the binary equivalent. Now see, hexadecimal to octal conversion. We don't have a direct conversion for this. What we do, first we convert this hexadecimal into binary and then we convert that binary number into octal number. So it has two steps. Suppose we have this hexadecimal number, what we'll do, first we will convert this hexadecimal into its binary equivalent and then we convert in that binary equivalent into its octal equivalent. See what we'll do, the first step is to convert hexadecimal to binary. What we'll do, we'll write each digits binary equivalent. So A, which is 10, can be represented as 1010, 5, 0101. B, which is 11, can be represented as 1011. So you must learn all the values of these hexadecimal and binary equivalent of 1 to 15, 0 to 15. Now see, we have got the binary equivalent of this number. The final answer is this. Now what we'll do, we'll convert this binary into octal. So binary to octal conversion, what we'll do, see, in hexadecimal we were making pair of 4, but when we have to do octal, what we do, we make pair of 3. So now this is the binary equivalent and we'll make pair of 3 numbers from this LSD. So we'll make the first pair, 010 is the first pair, then second pair, third pair, and fourth pair, and finally we'll write the octal equivalent of all these numbers. So 010 is 2, 011 is 3, 101 is 5, 101 also 5. See, here 5 is represented by 0101, here 5 is represented by 101. So don't get confused. See, in hexadecimal we have to make the pair of 4. So we have simply added 10 here. If I will add extra zeros here, it will not affect the value. From left side you can add multiple zeros, it will not affect the value. But if I will add 10 here in the right side, then it will change the value. Then if I'll add 10 here, suppose 101, if I will add 10 here, it will become 10. So we can add multiple zeros here, it will not affect the value from left side. So 5 can be written as 0101, 5 can be written as 101, 5 can be written as 000101. So we can add extra 0, it will not affect the value. Now I have given some conversion, try them in your notebook. Thank you for today.